Hey, is it your birthday and you're feeling either a little sad or a little mad? And behind the mad is actually sad. Perhaps you've been in this moment flooded with thoughts that you struggle to shift. Thoughts and feelings of sadness and disappointment, not quite knowing what to do. So let's process these feelings together. What is it that you're feeling mad or sad or mad sad about? If you need more time, just pause the video. It is sad. Those reasons can make us sad, and many other reasons can make us sad on our birthday. We might have an expectation, consciously or unconsciously. Might want to pretend that there's nothing special, go with just another day, so that we don't feel disappointed, or secretly hoping that is a day of celebration, or you might even plan, look at the options and have something in mind. But actually when the day comes, you might be flooded with thoughts of things that are not working, that somehow should be working. Things that like they're not as they are, but should be different. And you might want to spend time with people, but then you either don't have someone to spend time with, or the options available do not seem satisfying. Either because you don't want the conflict, or because you don't want to engage in conversations or activities that are outside of your control and doesn't make you feel good. It just seems like another day. You don't want to demand, and you don't quite know what to do. And if someone does anything that is not sensitive, considerate, kind, goes out of your way because it's your special day, you can feel a little mad, because deep down you want the day to feel a little special, or you want to feel special. So it just feels like we're going from disappointment to disappointment. Disappointment in others for not doing or saying what we prefer. Perhaps suspicion of others and their intentions. and disappointed in ourselves or not thinking or not having or doing, and the confusion of what shall we do. And you might go with the impulse of just going to do this out of revenge, treat myself to this, that and the other, or do something bigger, like I don't care. And if you tend to be and feel and be impulsive, you might go on a spree or do engage in behaviors that perhaps normally you wouldn't engage. But you so desperately want to feel better. And there's a little touch of wanting to come out and revenge and snap out of it with I don't care attitude. If you're a bit more thoughtful, you might consider the pros and cons of each impulse. I'm going to spend in the label I'm going to treat myself to. Or I'm going to have an affair and I don't care. Yes. Or I am going to do whatever I want and like, and I don't care. Now, if you go with the impulse, in a moment it might feel like life-giving. If you think of the pros and cons, now mid and long term, you might end up feeling paralyzed and feel like you don't have any options. And that just feels sad. Sad in so many layers. Sad because it didn't happen and it's not happening. Sad because the options we might think of are not interesting or suitable. And it's not quite what we want, but we don't quite know what we want. Because it just seems like there's confusion and this mess, and what we want actually, if you think about it and ask for it, it might just seem that it's not possible. It's not available. And awakening that awareness just makes us extra sad. And without thinking, we might just go into the automatic judgment and assessment of our life, our relationships, romantic, friendships, our status in life, our achievements. And we might not want to think about those, but it just becomes like a hallmark. So, what shall we do with the mad? Just recognize, and we don't want that mad. Because we don't want to do or say something that we're going to regret and cause more problems. You don't want to act on the impulse. Because it's a strong feeling. You don't want to feel sad, but yet the sadness is there. So what shall we do? Just gonna wait with our feelings and acknowledge. Yes, I feel sad and disappointed. That is not what I want, prefer, wish. I feel sad that I'm having these thoughts and feelings. It's not what I want to. But it is what it is. Just make peace with that sadness. Just accept it and just question, why am I feeling mad? Perhaps we want to be treated differently, extra special, have extra consideration. Or you might even feel a little guilty that we wished for something and then it's happening and now it doesn't feel as good as we wished for. Because somehow that preference and want has changed. We might have wished to be alone to avoid conflict and to be more in control over the things we do and the things we think, so that we can be more in touch with celebration rather than drama and problems and conflict. But then we find ourselves alone and feeling, I don't actually feel good alone, because deep down we might want to be connected and celebrating and feeling that we matter and are connected with others that are celebrating us. Because if you don't celebrate us, we might feel that that's the only day in the year that we can just claim it as my day. Can we celebrate me for once? Like, can you put all the priorities aside and just celebrate me for once? Because there's always other priorities and we seem to be second. And that just sadness. Because one would hope that at least in our birthday would be a number one priority for someone that is important to us. So just let's acknowledge it's not what we want, it's not what we prefer, it's not what we wished for, but now we are in this moment, this situation with our thoughts. And we believe our thoughts of being right and others just being wrong. And we question their loyalty, their love, their care, and the reasons, and their reasons for being attached to us. If there's for the right reasons, you might even feel resentful. And from the place of sadness, we might avoid certain things because we might feel extra sensitive to rejection. And that feeling of rejection on top of the sadness just feels like a little bit too much. And then we have the thoughts of, if you bump into someone, do you say it's my birthday? Or say nothing? If you say it's my birthday and people just dismiss it, just makes us a little sad, and we don't want to feel extra sad. So we're just wrestling with a feeling of sadness, of I want to feel joyful and celebrate, yet I'm feeling sad, pushing it away. And if you go somewhere or do something that someone rejects us, that rejection feels extra painful, because it's the day you don't want to be rejected. We want to be celebrated and welcomed and loved. And we might just either do something out of impulse or pre-plan, but doesn't quite go as we want, and there'll be a disappointment. Either the food is not tasty enough, the place is not as nice, the people were not kind enough, the company was not their best, or just moaning and complaining, or having conflict directly or indirectly. You just have to witness it. And you just want this perfect day, perfect feelings of joy and happiness and celebration. Or you might be working and you expect people to treat you more kindly, more considerate, just let you off the hook. but instead they just carry on as a normal day full of pressures and stresses and demands. You might even choose to take the day off and go on holiday and expect it to be perfect, only to be surprised by disappointment. What about the gifts? Either get none or get all the gifts that we don't want and wish for. Or someone thinks of something that you might think that's what I asked for, but there's this little thing that I don't like. You might even have an expectation. You know me for so long, you should know that I don't like that. So it is a minefield of potential disappointments and sadness. And we see others celebrating their birthday and they seem joyful. And we might even feel a little jealous of them. That we wish to be and feel like they do. Wish to have their relationships, their romantic relationships they appear to be, their friendships they appear to be, their connections they appear to be. And it seems like everybody else has, but we don't. So, it's a lot of stuff that doesn't feel good, positive or optimistic. And we believe our thoughts and they seem like the real thing. What about if the weather is not even that kind or exciting? And then we don't feel motivated to do anything. What about if we're truly alone and no one reaches and we feel so sad that no one remembered? What about if those people that are our closest relatives and we would expect that at least once they would remember us? But they don't, because they're too busy on their own stuff. And we feel sad and disappointed and resentful. So, what else is it that makes you sad in this moment? Pause the video if you need more time. It's a lot of disappointments and heartaches and sadness. And I'm sorry that you're feeling like that in this moment. We have expectations of a perfect day. But I don't know if that's realistic. More often than not, it is not quite realistic because it depends on the cooperation of others, things, even the weather, which is totally outside of our control. And even sometimes our own thoughts and emotions. We don't feel good and we don't have access to feel good thoughts and behaviors. In the moment, just a little hard. So, sort of remember that to have an accurate level of expectations, it can be difficult to have with 100% accuracy. And if you haven't trained ourselves to sort of process our stuff, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and we're just at the mercy of the events, things, and people, then feel like a yo-yo and have a harder time. Something good happens and we feel good. Something not desired and wanted happens and we feel terrible. We react to it. So we have a harder time if we tend to be reactors to things in the moment. And we feel flooded with negative emotions and we're not expecting and we don't want to. Just extra hard. So let's make peace. It is what it is. What is it that you're trying to communicate to me? Like madness or anger or irritation. What is it that you're trying to communicate? Why am I feeling mad? And we might find ourselves that we want to be treated with extra consideration. We want that flexibility. We might have wished and asked for something, but now on reflection we realize actually we'd like to do something else. We might have asked, I want to be alone, but actually I prefer to be with someone and have the company and sort of adjust. Perhaps we don't want to ask, because if we ask and we get rejected, it's going to be extra painful. So we sort of hope that the other person will read the lines and guess and ask. And if you wish to go somewhere and do something alone, might be and have this conflict between, do I just celebrate? Do I tell people that I'm celebrate? Does it feel lonely that I'm doing this alone? If we have celebrated alone and are used to it, then it's not a big deal. But if you haven't, and it's the first time that you're considering, it might feel a little bit daunting to sit alone, seeing others celebrating, wanting to tell others, and fear that judgment that others might be thinking, oh, you don't have anyone to celebrate with, how sad that is. And that people might not even be thinking those thoughts. People might be thinking, oh, good for you to have the courage to celebrate. Or they might not even pay attention, they might be in their own world. But we think that others think badly of us, weakly of us. So we put this torch on ourselves. We just see everything negative and pessimistic. So, madness, why are you knocking at my door first thing in the morning? Okay, so we feel disappointed. We were hoping and expecting. Didn't happen. Just making peace. It is what it is, acknowledging. And instead of reacting with that madness, okay, I'm going to sit with my madness with a hot mug of hot water. Hot mug. And I'm going to blow it out. Bit by bit, until it cools down enough so I can drink, and until I cool down enough so that I can engage in life, so I don't overreact, so that I don't create a tsunami, and so that I have time to process what is behind my automatic reactions, my automatic feelings. And then we might want everything to go at once, those emotions to go at once, but it does take time. We might start panicking that the day is going and we're missing the day and we haven't done anything other than being stuck on our feelings and processing our feelings. And it just feels like a wasted time day. And we might feel like a failure because we don't shake it off, because we are feelers. And we either bottle all up and then have all that big mesh of feelings at the end of the day to process, and we try to numb it and distract. Or we feel it as we go along if we have time on our own. What about sadness? Why am I feeling sad? It might just be that we want to celebrate, and in this moment we're not seeing or having the solution to celebrate. You might want to celebrate with someone, but it's not happening right now. And we might have made plans to go somewhere and celebrate with someone at some point in the day, but now we're not in the mood to do so. Then we feel disappointed for us and them, and worried that will judge us negatively for not shifting, for not being strong enough. And it feels that our emotion just controls our life. So just acknowledge the sadness. And let's give some reassurance to us, okay? Make peace with this moment, with what is, with my thought, with my emotion, with the circumstances. It is what it is. I don't try to resist and push away. Just, it's not my preferred way, it's not what I want, but it is what it is. Making peace, not wrestling to the ground. So let's try to see a slightly bigger perspective. This might be what I don't want, prefer. However, it's likely guaranteed that there are other people having a much harder time on their birthday. Perhaps it is their birthday and extreme. They are in at war. It is their birthday and they have an illness, or someone they know have an illness, which is not, it is a terminal illness. That sounds extreme, but just to bring some sort of perspective. Or it is their birthday and they don't have a home or food on the table, or they're exposed to violence and poverty, or they're even dying, or they're just experiencing a tragedy, or their loved ones experiencing a tragedy. So those are a lot more extreme ways. And also that are people that are having a birthday in a more or less extreme ways. They are having to work with someone that is not as flexible. Just another day, stresses. And there are people that it's their birthday and they are totally alone. They lived this life for so many years, and now all the ones that they know are no longer there. Or maybe it's their birthday and they moved to another place, country, and they don't know anyone or speak the language. Or they had to leave their country for safety reasons. So there are worst ways that we could be living and experiencing our birthday. Sort of a shock reality that we don't really want to. We don't want to be minimized, and we don't want our thoughts and feelings to be unvalidated. It is. Our thoughts and feelings are valid. There's nothing wrong for wishing to feel good and celebrate it, and for wishing for something a little more, a little better. But if you go down the road of just, it's the worst, it's terrible, then we just feel worse. And that sadness that is naturally there just gets more compounded. Then it gets harder, and we get so blinded by the feelings and the sadness that we struggle to shift and do anything that makes us feel better. So our thoughts and feelings are valid, but at the same, and we make space and take the time to feel them and check the messages they carry. And then we go into perspective taking, so that we, step by step, we can shift and move in the direction of feeling a little bit better, so that we can engage in thoughts and behaviors and feelings that are more proactive, that are more supportive, that are more encouraging, that are more loving, rather than destructive. So, it could be worse. Make peace. I acknowledge my thoughts and feelings are valid. I acknowledge they could be worse. I acknowledge that it's not realistic to have it all perfect at all times, especially when there are others and things that are outside my control. And then we might want to celebrate. We want someone to celebrate us. Okay. First of all, have we received any messages? That is something. And if we haven't, making peace with that. Even if just one person remembered our birthday, that's already something. And if no one did, we just make peace with it. Or we acknowledge of this people's birthday. We make an effort to remember. Do we have the courage to tell them that it is our birthday, so they know? But we're not trying to judge and criticize and analyze. We can reflect. We're just trying to ease off the pedal of judging, criticizing, putting the blame on others or us. Just have reflection. Perhaps we need to do things differently. Perhaps we need to ask. Perhaps we need to tell and share. Perhaps we need to be more vulnerable and not fearing that rejection and hurt, knowing that we're going to be okay. What about what is good in this moment? Perhaps we are making peace with our thoughts and feelings. Perhaps we are acknowledging instead of running away and pushing them away and wrestling to the ground, them to the ground. Just making peace. Perhaps it is raining, but rain is watering our plants. We can just look into it and appreciate it and just notice the natural world around us. What is good in this moment? Perhaps we have food in our homes and a roof over our heads. And what would we like? What would I like in this moment? In what ways can I give that to me? That might just be slightly different from an automatic assumption. For instance, we might want to be celebrated, so why not give that gift to ourselves? Like, I celebrate me. I celebrate my existence. I celebrate my person. I celebrate my life, even though it's not perfect, even though I don't feel good all of the time, even though I'm not perfect in my thoughts and behaviors and actions. I still celebrate me. I have worth and value because I exist, and so does every single human being. All the things that I might engage in, relationships, romantic or friendships, work, activities, hobbies, they may give me some advantages and disadvantages, some benefits and drawbacks. But our worth and value exists just because we exist, like every single human being. The same with animals and plants. Their worth is not based on what they have and do, but because they exist. What we do and what others do might bring some benefits and have a certain status and bring advantages or disadvantages, but our worth is not tied to it. Might be good at certain skills that might bring us some advantages or disadvantages, or solve some problems or create other problems, but our worth is not tied to what we do or have. Our worth is tied to what our worth and value is tied because to our existence. And our existence is worth being celebrated, even if it's just by us. Our heart certainly is celebrating because it's still beating. So, I want to celebrate me. I want to make peace with myself, even if I'm not perfect. I accept myself with my imperfections. And if I'm according, and if I'm giving the grace of accepting my imperfections, I also need to extend that grace to others. Because if I'm not perfect, others are not perfect either. So that I can use the compassion to soothe and soften and accept my imperfections and those of others. I'm not perfect all the time, and I don't have the solution for someone else's wishes when it's their birthday. I don't guess, and if I guess I probably would get it wrong, guaranteed. And I don't ask either, what would you like me to do on your birthday? How can I celebrate my birthday, and why don't I offer that? Because I might feel someone will ask something that is something that I don't want to do or give, and I'm only going to disappoint them further, so I'd rather ask not. Or I might even expect that they will ask for something that I totally don't want to engage in. So we expect that others do and behave in ways that we want, but yet we might not do the same. We might want to celebrate in a certain way that is not someone else's cup of tea. But when it's our birthday, we might feel entitled and deserving. But if it's others, we might feel, no, I don't want to. And we might feel validated and rationalize on the reasons why we don't want to engage in that activity or thing, or being on the receiving end. Unless we are people pleasers and then we just do anything just to get the approval of others. Unless we struggle to say no. So I have the right to say no and choose, and so does others. I might even struggle to make someone else special on their birthday, because we might be going through our struggles. So when others want to celebrate, we might not be there for them. So it's all good. It's not all good, but it is what it is. If you say it's all good, it's just toxic positivity, is not all good. But I make peace with what is. I'm not perfect. Others are not perfect. Circumstances are not perfect. But I'm going to heal and comfort and soothe and love myself a little more. And I'm going to choose to celebrate my existence because I'm worthy and I value, just because I exist like others. How would I like to celebrate my birthday? Just me, totally free. For a moment, I may not have control over the whole day, but for a moment, what can I do to celebrate my birthday? Perhaps I can sing happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me and you. Happy birthday to me. Things are not perfect. We might just say that's alright, and it doesn't feel like alright, but we need to make peace with being alright. We need to coach and encourage ourselves, okay, we'll get through this. There are more bigger challenges than this. We had birthdays before and it wasn't perfect and we managed to get through. There's more pressure on the day to feel good and celebrate it. But we also have a choice and an option to celebrate our birthday whenever we wish. So if you don't feel our best on our birthday, we're so disappointed, we can celebrate the day after, or the week after, or the month after. Or the day we wake up and we feel good and we go, I want to celebrate my birthday today. There's no expectations, so there's no disappointments. I'm in charge. Or creating a little moment on the day. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. So, make peace with your thoughts and emotions. Listen to the messages they carry and your true feelings and wants and wishes. See if there's a way you can give that to yourself. And if you're not managing, don't worry. It'll be a day soon. You can wake up and you're going to feel like, okay, then just go, I'm feeling good today. I want to celebrate my birthday. It doesn't matter if it's a month apart or half a year apart. Today I want to celebrate my existence.
Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. And then the stakes won't be as high, because it's not the real day. It's like Christmas, everyone wants a special Christmas, but when there are others, and more they are, they all have different ways of looking at it, of having a perfect day. Let's try to coexist when people are so different, us and them. So the day itself, make the best that we can with what we have, the options available. And then the things we really, truly would like to do to celebrate our birthday or Christmas or whatever that is. Then when can I do this? That is more in line, that is more. For instance, I'd like to go for a delicious meal. Okay, if it's not possible on my birthday, another day, when is it possible? And then on that day, just celebrate. Oh, I'm having an opportunity to eat out. Let's take this opportunity to celebrate my birthday, even if it's not on my birthday day. I'd like to watch a Christmas movie. Okay, on the day of Christmas not possible. It's January. Yeah, I feel like a Christmas movie. I'm going to take this moment as an opportunity to celebrate. So our wishes come true. Yes, it is nice when our wishes come true on the day with everything coming together. That's wonderful. How often does that happen? Where everything is aligned? Maybe for you it does, for me it doesn't. So some things do, but not all things at all times. Okay? You might wish for a child, but then the child cries. You might wish for a child, but then the child becomes a teenager and they have their own personality and behaviours. You might wish for a partner, but then we are arguing. So I'm having conflict. So we might wish for things, but then they come with a whole package, the good and the bad and the bad and the ugly. You might wish for a perfect sunny day, but then we're dehydrated and tired. We might wish for a raining day, but then we might feel limited to the things we want to do. We might wish to go somewhere special, but then we get there and there's a massive queue and everything is expensive for this. So there are so many components that if we try to control, it becomes quite impossible. So let's try to control what we can control, the things we can do within us control. Our thoughts, the way that we look at things, our perspective. So what can I do in this moment to help me feel better? Just a little bit better. Not just jumping from mad sad to glad and celebrating over the moon, if that's too much of a big step. What can I do right now to make me feel a little bit better? A little baby step. And if our thoughts are anxious or suspicious, just, okay, calm down. Or too negative, okay. I don't know how to get through this, but I'll take one step at a time and I'll go through it one moment at a time. Until we find that our smile just naturally appears in our face. And then our heart starts feeling. And now we truly are okay with it. And then we are able to laugh about it. Another shitey day. Oh, another shitey moment. Swearing. Are we allowed? And then we might feel like stretching. And we might even feel like laughing at at this ourselves things. The weather. The place we are in, because we're not motivated to do anything, so everything just seems like a chaos and it's falling apart. And the fact we haven't done anything to help us out, like eating or moving or Because we've just been stuck in our emotions. Okay, so what would you like to laugh about? Me, you, the world? Back at you. Just find that little, even if you just go with ha 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 ha, not feeling it. Oh yeah, my life is really a misery. Yes, it might be, and sometimes it is. C'est la vie, my friend. Sometimes it's shitey. It's just less shitey. Well, let's focus. What is the good right now? What is the good right now? Okay, we're having a moment where I understand you, you understand me, so moment in time. And hopefully this moment in time is helping us. Certainly is helping me, so I hope it's helping you too. So if anything was possible, what did you do right now? Oh, come on! Yes! Celebrate good times, come on! You don't think celebrate good times, come on! Celebrate good times, come on! Celebrate good times, come on! Not feeling it? Maybe a little. Blow away the mad in a hot mug of water or tea. Until you cool down and you can drink. Make peace with the sadness and find a perspective, bigger perspective. Comfort and soothe. Laugh at yourself. Let's laugh a bit more, shall we? They would break the spell of birthdays that haunt us every year. Let's break that spell right now. Yes, you and me together. Till we feel the shift. Yes, the ascending shift. The ascending to new horizons, new perspectives, new ways of feeling. Because when we feel better, we have access to more balanced, helpful thoughts and solutions that is more in line with the person we want to be, the values we want to live. Yes. And the behaviors that we want to engage. So let's laugh. It's not laughing to dismiss. First we process, we accept, we make peace, and then we laugh it all out. Are you laughing? You're laughing. Are you laughing? Did you laugh? They're all there. Yes, shouldn't be laughing. No. You can cry afterwards, but right now, let's just do this together, shall we? I'm mad, be replaced with glad. Our sadness with acceptance and self-compassion. And our needs with love. And why not? It's our birthday, let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you and me. Happy birthday to us. Make a wish. I wish your wish come true. Love from my heart. Big hug. You'll be okay. You'll do what you can with what you have. And then when you have an opportunity, identify some things you want to do to celebrate your birthday. And then make them little wishes that hopefully will come through on the course of your day, week, month, year, lifetime experience. Because sometimes our wishes come true decades later. It's like, oh, I wish for that. And we forget. So, worry not. Wishes do come true. It just might not just be straight away. But for now, my wish is to have a little laughter, so. I can control that. Nobody else, but I can control that. But not always, but in this moment I can. So. Better? I'm better, thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day in the best possible way. And even if it's not perfect, find something or focus on the tiny little things that are good enough. Just good enough. And the things that are good and positive. Everything else, you'll sail through it. Just the rough moment, the rough sea. But you'll find your balance. And you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You will be okay. There's a lot going on for you. And soon you'll notice and feel it too.